Good morning. We're in our last leg of our journey to Bethlehem. We're in our last leg of learning about the Nativity, about the Christ child, about all the events that went on and took place to make all of this possible for us today. And we've heard it and read it so much, it's like a lot of other things. It's just kind of like water off a goose's back. And it just sheds off and we just take it all for granted and go on. But I want us to think about something a little different today. I want to read to you out of Luke, the 2nd chapter, and we're going to read through the first 4 verses. In those days, Caesar Augustus issued a decree that a census should be taken of the entire Roman world. This was the first census that took place while Quirinius was governor of Syria. And everyone went to their own town to register. So Joseph also went up from the town of Nazareth in Galilee to Judea to Bethlehem, the town of David, because he belonged to the house and line of David. He went there to register with Mary, who was pledged to be married to him and was expecting a child. Now think about that for a moment. From the city of Nazareth, up in the Galilean hills, down to Bethlehem is 90 miles. In those days, caravans and things traveled somewhere around 15, 16 miles a day. They figure Mary and Joseph may have made 10 miles a day because she was in her 9th month of her pregnancy. Matter of fact, when she gets there, almost as soon as they get there, she's going to have that baby. So we figure that, just take it for a moment, they had to leave at least 9 or 10 days. And 9 or 10 days down the Jordan River area and then across and up to Bethlehem was not an easy journey. But it was part of their calling. And so they left, they went. Now, if they were traveling in the wintertime, it was cold. It was the rainy season there. Or if they were in the summertime, it was scorching hot. And yes, a lot of theologians believe that the birth of Jesus actually happened somewhere around August. And it was put in our December when all the churches got together and finally decided to have just one Christmas celebration, because all the churches and all the different places were having their own and at different times. And so the church council got together and set the time we know today as the celebration of the birth of Christ. But whether it was summer or whether it was winter, Joseph, with a young wife in her 9th month of pregnancy, took on this journey. We don't know that anyone went with them, so they were out there unprotected. We don't know that anyone went with us and somebody had to provide food for them while they traveled. And they had to take time to stop and rest. They had to take time to stop and sleep. And like I said, most people figure maybe 10 miles a day would have been a good journey for them. 90 miles, 10 miles a day, give or take a little, somewhere 9, 10, 11-day journey. And it didn't stop there. They got to the city looking for a place to rest. And there was not one. There was no room left in the inn because of all that was going on that week in Bethlehem. Everybody was registering for their taxes, so they didn't find a place to rest. And the only place they found a place in a stable where they could be in there, probably lie on some hay. They'd be in out of the weather, but it was a stable. And it was there that Mary gave birth to Jesus. No midwife that we know of. No help. Just a calling that they couldn't deny. No matter how hard, no matter how tough it got, their calling drove them on. May we, these last few days before Christmas celebration, may we knuckle down and may we discover the Christ and come and adore Him. Come and worship Him. May your journey from here to Christmas be much easier than Mary and Joseph's. Amen.